Hey, John.
Hey,
How you doing?
sorry about that.
No worries, man. I forgot where you located, John.
Western Washington, north of Seattle, on a little island called Camano Island.
Oh,
We keep
nice.
having all these storms this year, and if you've seen on the news, you've seen all the flooding we had.
I,
Uh,
well, you're on an island. I can only imagine, so that makes sense. Yeah.
well, they call it an island, but really it only is separated by a river, so we actually get to drive on,
Got it.
but it makes it really congested. I'll tell you.
I can only imagine. Well, hey, man, I really do appreciate you hopping on with me. I know it's Christmas
Yeah.
Eve, and you should probably be spending time with family.
Oh no, I'm all good with that. I have been really busy with the whole, so it's also new to me. And then working with Andre, he's so 100 mile an hour,
Yeah.
um, and he knows what he's doing. So I'm grabbing his shirt tails and it's ripping off, and I'm grabbing him again, and you know what I mean.
And so John, it was the auto body shop that you guys got.
Yeah, it's an auto collision repair, so they do pretty much everything to do with an automobile. That typical auto repair shop. It's not a mechanic shop, but yeah, an auto repair, and it's in the middle of nowhere. But uh, that's kind of a good thing because they get to get all the business.
Yeah, I mean, so where's it located?
So it's in a little town called I'll pronounce it incorrectly, La Junta, Colorado. It's about an hour and a half south of Colorado Springs.
Okay.
And so Andre had been looking at it before just for me solely, and I'm like, that's a bit to
Far.
deal with on my own. And
Yeah.
then it came around again that he was interested in, so I ran it past Everbridge
Yeah.
and had them kind of look at it. And of course, Jim's probably told you I had Jim kind of look things over a bit as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to make sure it made sense. And it seemed like it was going to be good. So Andre and I jumped on that opportunity. There are some challenges there still, for sure.
What kind of challenges?
I'm concerned. Well, Andre and Brian, one of his uh, guys that he works with, had been on site one or two times and inspected the place, got a feel for what it was like, and he was under the impression that the two owners were absentee or semi-absentee, but in reality, they're there every day.
Hmm.
So they are training a manager. So I'm a little concerned about that because the manager doesn't seem to be up to speed. Because the manager will do for Autobody, they'll do uh, estimating and managing and controlling making sure the team is doing what they're supposed to do, with they're on time and all that. Being my background as a lead at Boeing for aircraft, I ran a team of 20 to 35 people all the time. So you got to stay on top of those guys, and I don't know that this guy is going to cut it. So I'm concerned about that.
Understood.
Yeah,
So always some more work to do.
yeah. But other than that, everything's good. The process is like super overwhelming, making sure all the legal garbage is up to speed, and me being out of state, doing all the foreign entity stuff, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff to deal with. It's like, just don't give them the cash and start running the business. Obviously,
No, of course. And so
yeah.
what's the drive for you? How far is it?
Oh, I wouldn't drive. We have to. It's for me. It's like a 3 day drive.
Oh, really? From
Yeah.
Washington to Colorado, I didn't
I'm
realize how far
I'm
that
in.
is.
I'm about an hour from Canada.
So you're up. Yeah, you're like right up. Yeah, by
Yeah.
the border.
Total opposite of where you're at.
No, I actually just moved to New York.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've been in Scottsdale for 6 years, and yeah, just basically had a divorce, and
Oh, sorry.
no, it's I'm jovial, man. It was it was one of those ones where you kind of just like held on a little bit too long. It probably could have ended 2 3 years ago, and
Oh,
it just ran its course.
tried to make it work.
Yeah, just tried to make it work, and yeah, like
Yeah.
it just outgrew each other. So yeah, right now I'm visiting family for the holidays, but I'm moving to the big city after this. I think, I mean, that's what's best for the business. That's what's best for me, and so I'm really excited about that.
I've never been that side of the country. I just the last couple of years. My daughter's in Georgia. Her husband's in the military, so I've been to that side twice now in 2 years. So and we drove. So I got to see states in between that I had never seen before. I'd work 10, 12 hours. 10 hours was minimum. I'd do 12, 14 hours a day all the time. I was an idiot. I worked way too much. So I didn't have a chance to go do any long distance traveling or checking things out. It's all on me, but so it's kind of fun getting out there and seeing parts of the country. But I'll tell you what, my personal choice is to stay here in Washington. I love the greenery.
Well, God bless you, man. I'm glad you found some place that you liked,
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that the business provides you with some flexibility if you do want to travel and do a little bit of that.
yeah. Well, I didn't really need the money so much. I don't live on a big salary right now. I'm in one of the rentals I had bought a dozen years ago or so, a little 1,200 square foot house on the island that'll go back as a rental. My personal goal is to build a house on another island called Whidbey Island, literally to the west of us. We have some larger land there I want to build on eventually. But so I don't live on a lot of money. I have Social Security, I've got a pension, I've got a little bit of money coming in from a duplex I have. And other than that, I really don't have a lot. All my money when I retired 3 years ago, come March, all my money has gone into investments.
Yeah,
Everything I've got.
good for you,
And
brother.
well, more than half of my net worth. And this money here was off of the loan off of these rentals that I have. So I got to make this one work.
No, it makes sense to me. And
Yeah.
um, so the cash flow it's 200,000 a year that you're expecting to make?
No, not at
No.
all. No, I think so. I borrowed 380 to put in my portion, and so my loan's not bad. It's like 2550 a month, and I made my first payment out of my personal money, and looks like we'll be split because it's a 45-55 split. I chose to accept that split because Andre's agreed to do all the day to day, his team, and I'm pretty much just threw some money at it, and I'll get the high level decision making with him. You know, loans for other purchases. Making the next move as a roll up. I don't know if you realize we're doing it as a roll up platform.
No, no. Yeah, Andre has said that.
He did, okay.
Yeah.
So, so we'll both decide on some of the higher level decisions, but his agreement is that they will do all the day to day. So I don't know if Brian's gonna be there all the time or if he's gonna be there a lot or whatever, but there he wants it that way, and I'm fine with that because I'm here and not there. I don't want to move to Colorado.
No, understood. So,
Yeah.
so what's the total cash flow of the business then, and how much
I,
are you expecting to take
well, it
home?
looks like what the books look like now is I'm gonna probably clear before paying my debt about 6,600 a month. So not a
6600.
lot because that'd be my share of it. So
6,600 after your payments
no before. So I'll
before
probably clear about 4 grand.
4
Yeah, that's it for now.
4 down, and then what's the growth plan look like?
Well, we're looking at another company It's small. It's really, I'm not so sure I'm set on it. It's only about 20, 30 minutes away from the other business, but it's really a one-man band. It's got an owner that was a farmer that bought it from a guy that passed away, and he bought it because he wanted to pay for a big piece of farm equipment. Literally, that's why he bought it. And so he's running it as the owner operator, and he has only got one mechanic that's a do-all mechanic. He's not a paint. He can do painting, body work, parts replacements, the whole 9 yards. And then he's got 2 temporary employees. Like, I mean, but it's making really good money for that size of a company. And Andre is going to try to work a deal for that. Because I think the kid just wants out of his loan. He has a loan on it. So I think the kid just wants out of the loan and still wants to stay there and be able to pay for his equipment. So Andre, I think Andre is offering him a salary for X amount of time. We'll see how that one goes. But that would tie up the whole valley.
Yeah.
There'd be no other body shops in the valley, period, for about a 60, 70-mile radius.
Oh, you can't lose then, right? That means you're going to make the customers are going to have to find you.
Yeah, unless they want to go outside and go, an hour and a half away or something.
Oh, so strategically, it's a very good location.
I think it is, but it is kind of scary. Like, if you don't have enough employees to cover your bases, if somebody decides that I'm out, well, while we're there, as an example, after we signed the documents last Monday, when we bought the place, we were in Colorado Springs. We drove all the way to La Junta, all of us, including the original owners, because the escrow was in Colorado Springs. We get there and we're looking around, and it's early morning, and it was the next day, the next morning. We get there early. They open at like 7. We're there a little bit early, and the secretary gal that does all the back office work, it's kind of the backbone of the company as far as that goes, all the paperwork. She comes out to John, one of the owners, like, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so called in. He's like, he's having to deal with people that don't want to come in sometimes. So, like any business. So he's got 9 employees, so that can get covered.
Yep.
But if you get that little guy, and that one guy calls in, he starts calling in any time and on any frequency, then you're going to be in trouble.
Got it.
But it would end up being part of the same company, so you might be able to, and they're 20, 30 minutes away, so you might be able to throw one over to the other. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Maybe give them some incentives.
Yeah.
To go over there.
Anyway, how's your endeavor been going?
Yeah, man. Pretty good. I mean, momentum's building. I think total acquisition's been around like 5 since November.
Okay.
And looks like it could be 18 completed by March.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're starting to like pick up the steam, get a bit of momentum. I mean, it's been as you know, John, a labor of love. We've been kind of just like just like pickaxing, hammering at the mountain for years and years. But it's great to see that there's something happening, because like that was like the challenging thing for me for a while as the founder of an acquisition company. We didn't have acquisitions, and like everyone's like, you're a fraud. You're just stealing people's money. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm trying my best, and like I'm hiring smart people that know how to do this, and we're doing it. So it's very exciting to see that you've, obviously you're not at the end of the journey. You reached a milestone, right? But it's that like gives me like great feeling to like, just know that like what we're doing is paying off.
I can't say I'm not nervous, because I am, because that was a lot of money for me to borrow, to throw out there.
Yes, sir.
And I know there's some challenges, and it's so far away. I'm like, I talked to John, one of the previous owners, was like, I'm not sure what Andre's plan is, but I can run teams, so if I have to learn how to do it, I don't want to, but I'd go there for a while and make sure things are up to speed. My family's here, so that's not my goal. But
Yeah.
I'll see. I think Brian, one of his partners there is Andre's partners, can get it together. He's really smart. He knows what he's doing that way, and he right away said that the manager might be an issue. So that's my only real concern. The business itself is great.
Yeah.
They've got a good setup. They've got good systems overall that I can see, more than I thought they would have. So that part's good to work with, and then see what Brian and or Andre come up with critiquing those and making sure everything's working like a Swiss watch, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Brian's really smart. He's one of our partners as well, and he's got a lot of operating experience. So knowing that he's on the case, that definitely gives me confidence. And what I would say to you, man, just like to ease any anxiety you have is, like you said, man, like they're the only pony in town. So
Yeah.
like it's not gonna just crumble. Like the people, they're like, how old is it?
Oh, they've been doing it for 37 years.
Yeah, so like if they've been there that long, man, like we,
Yeah.
we just have to
Yeah.
make sure that the people do what they need to do. Like
Right.
the customers are there. Like it's not like
Right.
you don't have to do marketing. There's no like, hey, let's go run some Facebook ads. You're in the middle of nowhere, right?
Right.
It's like it's all about like efficiency. How can we cut down costs? How can we make these people do a better job? How can we get it done faster?
Right.
I think it's just that's just operations, and
A big part of
yeah.
it, though, is also talking to John yesterday. Is that he and his partner Bo's dad was the original one that started this business in a different location,
Hmm.
and they scraped up the money 37 years ago to buy it from Bo's dad because he was getting older and wanted out. So they've been doing this for that long. So it's a small knit community. So one of the things he's been noticing is he's telling people that know them in the neighborhood that, hey, we sold our business, and they're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now? It's like, no, it's okay, he said, but it's how small communities are. They're like freaking out because their favorite person's gone.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that we win their trust.
Absolutely, you have to win their trust and just let them know that the wheels are going to keep turning. And
Yeah,
I mean the service that you're expecting is there. Otherwise, you're going to have to go drive like an hour and a half, and you're not going to be able to do that because your car's broken down. So what like,
yeah, yeah.
so I think that's from what I'm hearing. It sounds like you're in a pretty safe spot. I trust Brian and Andre to be able to keep that.
Yeah.
37 years is a long time.
I will have to say this personally. I'm kind of concerned about Andre because his health is not the greatest. It seems like, and he's not very old. He had, yeah, he's couldn't even get into the car because he was hurting so bad in his chest one time. So I don't know how well you know Andre. Maybe you can. I didn't want to say a lot, but I worry about his health because on a conversation I had a few months ago with him, he was saying he was having something go on. He passed out or something. So I don't know if you personally met Andre or not.
I've never heard any of that, and
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate you sharing that with me.
he's
That's
not saying anything to anybody, I'm sure, because most people don't say anything. But he's got 6 kids, it sounds like, and a wife, so he's got to take care of himself. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have an off switch. He just keeps working on deals,
yeah.
which is great. I'm glad for that part, but he's got to be healthy.
Thank you for sharing that with me, man. That's like super important as me as a business partner because I did not have that information, and I need to like directly address that
Yeah.
with him as far as like just outlining like, hey man, this is where we're at. Like, what is your succession plan? Everybody needs one because
Yeah.
tomorrow's not promised for anybody.
So you probably don't. I don't think I had a chance to tell you, but I think Jim knew. But I'm 65 in March. I worked 36 years at Boeing, and I worked right out of high school, before high school even. So I've been working all my life. And I was always a go-getter, working hard. I ate fairly healthy, and I'm 5'6", I've always been around 150 pounds. I ended up moving to the island here, and my wife, when I started a new doctor, my wife ended up having high cholesterol. So I complained about wanting to put her on cholesterol pills. So then I did my physical because I'd worked a lot again. So another thing I never did, I never went to the docs unless I was really sick. So that she said, our doctor's a female. She says, "Hey, your cholesterol's high too. I know you don't like those pills, so let's go do another test to make sure there's something else that's not showing a bad indicator, something going on." Well, I ended up doing this test called a CT coronary calcium test. It tests how much calcium is in your arteries. Well, I was like off the chart, super bad. And I guess what that means is the calcium goes in. Sorry about the health history, but the calcium goes in there if your arteries start getting damaged from high cholesterol. It's not really from high cholesterol; it's from stress and oxidation. Well, the calcium that normally goes in your bones goes in and patches those inner walls of your arteries so that they don't blow up and give you a heart attack. If you're lucky, that happens. Well, it was really high, so that meant there was something going on with my arteries and my heart. And so we went in and did a angiogram where they go up inside your leg. In this case, they went in my arm, and they literally go up and see what's going on with your veins in your arteries and your heart. And I was like 90% blocked in a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
So I had no idea. I've been doing my walks. I do a walk, mile, 2 miles a day all the time. And occasionally I get a little winded. So basically they said, "Yeah, you're a ticking time bomb." So I thought when they did the angiogram, oh, well, you can get those stents in there, right? No, because they're so clogged up, they had to do open heart surgery. So I had 6 arteries replaced in my heart.
Oh my God. God bless you.
It's like, health is important to me. So I'm lucky I'm even sitting here.
Yeah, God bless you, man. I appreciate you sharing that with me, and I'm definitely gonna bring that up because I actually do know like a holistic doctor.
Yeah.
He's like 89 years old, and he just had like a new baby like a year ago. He's like an ox.
What?
He's an ox, dude,
Wow.
and he has like 12 kids. He's like
Wow.
super healthy, and he just knows like natural ways to like cure things. I actually referred one of our early investors, Wendell, had like nasal cancer, and he was doing chemo, and like within 120 days, like he doesn't need chemo anymore, and he disappeared.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
James knows how to like cure diseases, and like I need to call James back, and um, I need to bring some like anyone like obviously like yeah anyone in my network I need to bring to James because like he's already proven it to like one of my investors who like Wendell's like a very good friend of me, and like he said, "Dude, James changed my life." So
That's awesome.
I'm gonna call him and definitely bring that up. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I mean, really, what's the money for anyway? It's not for who has the most to take to the grave.
No,
And uh, I I found you guys because Ann Pell, you've heard of Ann, I'm pretty sure.
of course.
Uh, I'm not sure how she's doing with you guys, or if she still is or not. I haven't heard from her for a little bit, but Ann and I met because we're both Chris Crone investor club members. Chris started a investor club a while ago, a little experiment he wanted to do, and so she and I met there, and that's when I really started to realize, being an hourly employee, working my ass off all my life, all these big wigs making all this big money, they're all just, not nice people, not people to really trust,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I get there, and there's people that are multi millionaires, if not a few billionaires, and talking to them, it's like, well, they're just regular old people.
Yeah.
And 90% of them, the good ones, and that's all Chris will bring in too, is people that that have the right mentality, that aren't not the takers,
Yeah.
givers. And so I learned that there is a difference. but having Ann there, there's a guy named Mark Del Pryor, I think.
Yeah,
He
I
and
know Mark as well.
uh, he and Ann and I would talk to a local Zoom that we'd put on here by a gal named Kelsey Kate. So Chris would have his meetings, and we'd have our own little, with Chris's permission, under Chris's name, sorta, because it's our investor group, our local investor group. We would have our little Zooms and talk about things and in general and how things are going. And apparently Mark knew you guys and mentioned to Ann, and then Ann mentioned you to me, and so off I went. But and if it wasn't for Ann, I might not even have called you guys, because Ann's like the little mother hen of the
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
And so with that said, and she spoke highly of you guys, so like, here I am.
No, thank you for that. And no, I appreciate the time. So on that, I want to get the questions out so you can spend time with your family. So like you actually segued perfectly. So one of the questions was like, what did you first think when you heard about Acquisition Network, like initially? What was like your reaction to the idea of it?
Well, okay, so what I do like, and this is unique to me, is because of Chris Crone, and Chris Crone's base platform is buying residential real estate for people, and he does all the work.
Yep.
So his platform. So I'm thinking, oh wow, this is kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into you even more so. If it wasn't for that, I would have said no. But because of the way Chris's system works, if you were going to be anything close to his in the business world, I'm all in.
Amen.
That was my train of thought. Because I also work with Roland. I've done some of the stuff with him, and I learn a lot with Roland's team. He's kind of stopped doing that now.
Yeah.
But I've met Roland personally at Chris's events a couple times. Spoke with him once, so that's what kind of led me onto the whole business side of it, and learning how lucrative business buying can actually be if you do it right. Especially as far as cash flow, because I had no cash flow. Like I said, all my money is out there for long term.
Yeah, and investments and equities and.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I mean, at least $4K a month isn't. It's not gonna make you rich, but you can buy groceries, right?
Yeah.
You can buy groceries, electricity, gas, like your basic amenities, most of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a start, and as a roll up, we're gonna add to that, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know if Andre told you our plan, but it's a 5-year plan. So we're gonna try to build up to, I think he said 4 million EBITDA, and then do an exit is the plan.
Yep. So 4 million exit EBITDA. Say if you got, did he project to you like what a multiple would be on that?
Multiples on this kind of business is, well, in the books it says about 4 to 8. He's predicting about 6 to 8.
So let's just say 4. So 4.8 million times 4, that's 19 mil. You got 44%, right? Or was it 49, 45?
45, but yeah.
So 44% because I already had it in. That's 8.4 mil.
Yeah.
5 years from now, dude, like that's like, come on, dude. Like,
yeah,
that's why you're doing it. It's not the cash flow. It's 5 years from now, you walk away with $8.4 million, dude. You go buy a ranch, dude.
It's nice to estimate the cash flow now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no,
it's the exit.
I'm still doing it because I get both. I get potentially both the best of both worlds, and my other stuff will be coming in eventually.
Yeah. So that's the low end. On a 4x is 8.4 million. So if you got an 8x, that's 16. Dude, that's like, now you're like a high net worth individual. Like you get you have $17 million, dude. Like you're Mr. Richie Rich. Like to most.
Yeah.
To like.
I mean, obviously you gotta pay all that debt with that money as well.
Of course.
Still, yeah. And then all the taxes. That's the other thing I gotta learn eventually once I start getting settled down is the tax game, because Chris uses life insurance. And he funnels all of his stuff through life insurance, and basically you're deferring your taxes forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That's a whole other game that
Yeah,
we will educate, and we'll definitely bring in some in-house people to help. Like, as I know Mark does that, like capital gains tax consulting.
yeah.
Uh,
I didn't know we did that.
no, now Mark does do that. Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, we'll definitely
great.
bring him in as more people like yourself coming into bigger monies.
Yeah.
So, did you try buying a business by yourself before this, or like you spoke to Roland, so you didn't really try? And my
No,
question for
I would practice calling on Biz by Sell
yeah,
just to kind of get the feel for it. And the brokers are so hard to work with,
yeah,
especially if you don't know what you're doing. And that's one of the reasons. That's one thing Chris told me is like told us as a group, learn the language.
yeah,
So that's where Chris came in. That's where Roland came in. I don't know everything, but I know enough to understand what's being said and how things operate now. And as long as I have a partner like Andre who completely understands everything, then I'm good. Because then I don't have to sit there and he says something and I don't know what he's talking about.
yeah,
And if I don't, and if it is something I don't know, it's a lot more rare. And then I don't have to sit there and go, hey, what's that mean?
yeah, yeah,
Most of the time I'll understand what's going on.
yeah. And so to be clear, so you invested in yourself multiple times. You invested in the Chris Crone, you invested in the Roland Fraser's program,
Yeah.
you did some practice shots, but
Yeah.
it, based upon those programs, you still didn't feel you had the wherewithal to complete a transaction on your own, right?
Absolutely no way. The business buying world is for a guy like me coming out of W two
Yeah,
and has never dealt with that stuff before, never owned a real business, you know, and I don't consider my rentals a real business. I bought a few houses in a duplex and that's just real estate. I know real estate like crazy. I can do that all day long.
yeah.
But to all the intricacies of it and all the way the numbers work with businesses is pretty complicated. So, yeah, to the average person. So, with you again, teaming up with you and like Andre, that really knows what they're doing, that's the only way for me to go. I'll give up, like Chris says. He says, do you want a grape or you want a piece of
The watermelon.
watermelon?"
Yeah.
There you go. And I said, I'll take a small cut any day to get the expertise.
And
As
then
a lead, I had all the experts. I had the engineers, the managers, the planners, the actual mechanical team. I surrounded myself with that team to get the job of building that airplane done. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing with acquiring businesses, getting you guys and everyone else it takes to buy a business properly. And I'm not the expert. I just want to kind of help orchestrate myself through it.
and just to put a price tag, how much did you invest with Chris Crone and Roland Fraser previously?
Oh, Roland was not much. It was like $2,500.
Yeah.
Chris, I put probably $100,000 in with Chris overall. As far as programs, maybe probably 30 or 40 grand with Chris.
So like shows you're willing to invest in yourself. That means you're educated like in business, right? But the
Yeah,
programs just aren't enough.
yeah. I'm not a. If it makes sense, and it's gonna teach me something, and I'm not gonna. I don't shy away from spending money. It doesn't have to bring me a dollar back directly. It's if it gives me the right education, then yeah, absolutely.
That's a very important mindset to have, John. I appreciate you sharing that with me because obviously we're doing this call, this interview because, every day someone wants to talk to a reference and we're like, guys, like we have someone ask for that really frequently. So like we want to be able to like this like package, like what was the experience? Why should someone move forward? Why should they feel comfortable? So to be clear, John, you invested into our program and we did not run off and steal your money, did we?
Nope.
You invested money, and then if you needed to speak to someone on the team, we were available, right?
Absolutely, and that's the thing about Jim is really responsive.
Yeah,
Uh, I've called him, and he's like instantly on the phone, out of the blue.
Yep.
And even if he's on a call, he's like, I am on a call, but what can I do for you right now?
Yep.
And so that's awesome. Jim is absolutely phenomenal. I love Jim.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, because like when we speak to clients, I think that's like their biggest fear is like they wire us 25K and they never hear from us again.
Yeah.
And like that's not the case, right? Like
Yeah.
there is a team behind the service, right?
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like, I owe you 25K right now.
Yep.
So when I called Jim before we actually did the deal, I go, well, we're going to do this deal. I'm not sure how I'm going to pay you right. And he said, well, just get the deal done. We'll worry about it afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly.
The biggest thing is the deal. And like Andre said, we'll work that out. But we'll get you guys taken care of also, because that's something. I agree to that. I'm going to make sure that happens.
We appreciate
right
that,
now,
man.
with the money coming from that business right now, we don't really. It's not going to be like I can just pop 25 grand out.
No. Understood. I mean, we're in it for the long haul. We wanna be there with you when you exit, right, and you get the big payout. So that's the biggest thing we want to stress to anyone that's on the fence who's watching this recording is like the broker, right? They're gonna take their 5-10%.
Yeah.
That's it, dude, right? Like, whereas we've got Andre, Brian, who've been on site, right? You can call Jim at any time.
Yeah.
We have additional resources. Like we're partnering with you years in the future. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. What would you say, John, to like somebody who is like on the fence, like, because there's at any time there's like 3, 4 people, 5 people who like gone through the sales process, met Alex, met Jim, have their 25K, they're about to wire us, and then there's something holding them back. They'll see like someone leaves me a review. I don't know if I told you this, John, like you may or may not know this, but I did an online business before Acquisition Network and I failed. And I have like people who like say mean things about my current business based upon what I did now. And so they'll see that review and they'll see like, oh, Ryan sold like an e-commerce store 5 years from now, and now I'm not going to do business with him. Like, can you like give any context of like you may not even have known that, right? You may not have known that, and like, does that matter to you? Like, you got a real service, right?
Well, that's the thing is, you guys, like I said with Jim, every time I had a question, even though Jim has been doing higher level stuff, and Jim and I had a weekly call.
Yeah.
When that was over and I was working with Andre, anytime I still had a question, he was, like I said, instantly there. Even when he was on a call, he would pick up for at least a moment and say, hey, can I call you back? Or whatever, but he's there every time I asked for help. He was there. And so I guess what I'd say is you can trust Acquisition Networks, whoever's listening. They're there for you. They want you to succeed. If you succeed, they succeed.
God bless you, man. I really do appreciate you saying that for us. And if you don't mind, like, would you be able to like write like a written review on Trustpilot for us? I could send you the link.
I have the link. I'm not sure what that is, but I will do my best.
Yeah. I mean, all it is you could just reiterate like what you just said. You could say like, look, I invested in this company. If I ever had questions, they were available to me and they responded. I am now into an Autobody shop in Colorado. And if it wasn't for this team, I would not have been able to do it. If you have any doubts or concern on getting started with us, you should invest into the network. That's about it.
Yep, and I will put something else similar to that.
Yeah.
And I would never have bought in a place out of state.
Yeah.
Because I'm too controlling. I like having control. I like knowing what's going on. I like touching what I'm doing. And with this, I felt like I could break away from that and have trust in the team to make sure the remote stuff works for me. And that was one of my biggest fears. And I didn't want to just be stuck here in Washington. So, yeah, no, this is awesome.
No, I really do appreciate you sharing your experience with us, and most importantly, you taking the time to talk to me for an hour on Christmas Eve. You didn't have to do that, John, and I really do appreciate it. It's going to be really helpful to everyone on the team. And one other thing I wanted to mention, I believe you've been on a couple of the meetings, the all hands meetings.
I have. Are you gonna have one tonight?
No, tonight, not Christmas Eve. So next one will be on the 7th. But can you just like, if you don't mind, just like speaking to that, like to people that are on the fence. I always explain to people, I'm like, guys, we do bi-weekly meetings where I bring all of my investors together, and those all have been recorded. If I was trying to steal your money, like, why would I do that? So can you just like attest to like there are real bi-weekly meetings that you've attended, and you're an active investor?
I've done a couple of them, but I honestly haven't done a lot. But yeah, it's nice because I can go in there, I can see what the behind the scene plan's gonna be. So you're pretty high level in your meetings on those, and
Yeah.
so I can see what direction you're trying to go and are going,
Yep.
and so that's really neat. And then I can also ask my more one-on-one questions a couple times I was there with you guys.
Yep.
So that was really cool. And the teams usually, I don't know the team that well because, like I said, it was only a couple times, but the couple times they were really helpful in answering a couple questions I had, especially earlier on. That was awesome.
Awesome. Now, I appreciate you for sharing that. And in closing, I'm just going to give you just like a quick, like, I'm not pitching you, but just kind of, if you were a new investor, where we're at, right? So just to give you more context on your, like, obviously you have a team, you're in an auto body shop, but like, what are we building? So as you're probably aware, John, we're building an app for business buying. The goal is that this app will be done in January. Where you'll be able to download it, and we'll be able to start actually posting deals that we're sourcing. Right now, I interviewed like 100 interns. So we have like all of these interns pulling deals constantly.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, like we're getting new deals all the time.
Wow.
As you know, like we record all these calls. These calls are all going to be moved to the mobile app. So now everything's in a seamless place. The app will have education. It will also have like our directory of our lenders, our M&A experts. So people like Mark Del Piro, when you need like your capital gains tax consulting, like all of those contacts will be made readily available to you. So if you're like, Jim, I need this type of guy, I need a handyman, I need whatever, like that, like we're organizing and sourcing those relationships on your behalf.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this is what we're building, and then there's going to be a job board where we can source talent, and like there's like all these different AI tools that we're building to eventually. We even have the idea of like creating a digital currency to buy businesses one day, and so my goal is for like you laugh, but my goal is so like anyone that's already a client, like when is released, like you guys are going to have access to that first in the market. And like I said, nobody's thinking in this way. The idea of like, how do we like, what if we could just like buy a business through a text message?
Yeah, wow. I laugh about the digital stuff because
Yeah.
people, I'm old school. I'm greenback paper money, but I know
Yeah.
that through talking to different people and seeing stuff like Trump, Trump's creating our own digital
Yeah.
U.S. currency.
Exactly.
So in 4 or 5 years, we're going to probably be all doing blockchain type currency. As much as I don't want to, I know it's happening.
You know what's happening. You know fiat. The value is decreasing. They're printing money every day, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so the idea of like a digital asset that's tied to real world assets that are actually producing cash. Nobody's even considering that, and like we could be on the ground floor of that, dude. That's like a whole other.
And again, you guys and with Chris has had in our investor club meetings had really successful digital finance guys come in and that have done really well with doing the Bitcoin and all that stuff and all the blockchain stuff. So my ears are open. I don't understand it at all, so I really haven't really touched it.
Yeah.
But I know it's here and it's coming, and I gotta get educated on that. It's like, ugh.
No, same here, man. Like I haven't put any money into it because I think it's all just a slot machine. It's all just hype. But really, what it comes, it's not, and it is in the sense of like really what it is like the idea of us moving money into a currency where that's finite, that can't be printed, and like that's something that's how you can create value. So like that's what I do understand. Now the only thing that I don't understand with like the other, there's like all these currencies. Like what is the reason to use it, right? Like what's the reason to use Bitcoin versus Ethereum versus, right? They're just places to park money. But like my goal with Acquisition Coin is you can park money there, but there's like a real use case, because if we could get sellers to recognize the value of this digital asset, and then you could exchange the digital asset for a real world business that's cash flowing, now there's like tangible value to this digital asset, and then everybody in the network will be able to invest, and then that's just going to bring more sellers, and more sellers equals more investment, more buyers, and then so like that's the vision, brother. Yeah. So that's the vision, and I appreciate your feedback on that.
Yeah. I don't understand it very much. I'm kind of getting a little bit of a niche into how it works. I didn't realize that, like Bitcoin's like a holding place, like a gold or a bank or whatever, and then the other entities are actually the working capital, like your wallet, and you can use it daily, kind of thing. So it's all starting to form out. I just don't know how it's going to work. But then you still got like Trump's son's got mega millions and millions of dollars into these mining computers. So for the U.S.
Yeah.
You knew that, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So they get their base bank. I don't know if that'd be considered like a central bank or how that plays out, but it's just weird. It's really weird.
The world's going to change, and it's all about being connected with people that are thinking 5, 10, 20 years in the future. And thankfully for you, John, you don't have to do that. That's my job. I'm gonna think far in the future and continue to create resources so that we can all create wealth and enjoy time with our family. So
well, I appreciate everything you've done, and you've taken a big gamble doing this.
Yes, I have.
I think it's a worthy deal, and because there's guys like me that would never be able to buy a business otherwise. Or if we did, we would fail. And
thank you, brother.
A lot of people would fail because there's just too many things to make sure you're doing the right decision making.
I'm so happy that we were able to meet, and my work was able to impact your life, John. And I hope I can meet you one day. I hope we have an event and you're there. I can shake your hand. And thank you so much for your business. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience with me, man. And I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and God bless you, brother.
Yeah, you too. You have a great holiday, and I do appreciate all of you guys. And have a great holiday, and I will see you
on the next All Hands.
Hopefully on one of your next Wednesday deals.
Yeah, on the next All Hands. If you could, that would be great for you to say, hey, there's always new clients on. So be like, hey, I'm John. This really happened. Just send them the money, because then if you're just just send them the money. Well, that's my cue. The dogs are about to go crazy, so I'll let you go, brother.
Nice talking to you.
See you. Cheers, John.
Bye.